Hi friends, I'm Tammy Kay, and today we are painting with a filbert brush. And if you don't have a filbert brush, let me show you what it looks like. This one, you can use a round brush. But we're gonna do some gorgeous, really loose flowers, and as we talk about life, I wanna think about 5 things that might be encouraging to you, especially as a watercolor beginner. 5 things I wish I knew before I started watercolor. I also have a free class coming up this Monday, so you can click the link below to sign up, but I'll talk more about that in just a moment. Let's get to painting. I'm excited to be here with you today. All right, my friends, we've sprayed down the palette and we're using my beautiful 12 filbert brush. It is one of my favorites, and friends, let's go and dip into some yellow today. So I hope you can practice some mindfulness with me too as we are painting, just being aware of the sounds as we're flicking the brush and the colors as they flow together. We're gonna do some really quick spindly petals with this filbert brush. So I like to swoop them. So if you need to slow this video down, go for it. But just kind of curving them to the left, curving them to the right, and allowing yourself to accept whatever happens with this painting. Okay, so we're gonna go over the top with a little bit darker color, kind of a brownish carbonate color, just to add in that beautiful texture while it is still wet. Wet on wet technique is gorgeous. I don't use it enough. It is totally underrated. It's amazing. All right, cleaning off my brush, grabbing a different color. I've got some pink in there. I like to just swirl, mix some of the colors together, see what happens. We're going to do this a few times, friends. Swooping that brush around, creating those really flowy petals. And I know today you are here because you're trying to figure out some things. And I wanted to share with you 5 things that I wish I knew when I first started watercolor. So as we are adding our pink, going over it a little bit with a darker pink, I want you to remember that, first of all, you are an artist, okay? If you do art, you can call yourself an artist. I know it probably sounds crazy. I spent 2 years studying, practicing before I felt comfortable calling myself an artist. Isn't that crazy? It feels crazy now. Guys, I'm going over it again with some more concentrated yellow just to bump up and zhuzh it up a little bit. So I've cleaned my brush, I've dabbed it. Now I'm going to grab some orangey yellow on my brush, and let's see. Okay, we're going to add in another floral. So these are a wonderful practice over and over in that same technique of swooping to the left, swooping to the right. Got some really bright orange there. Let it be. Whatever it is, accept it, because this is art. The art is what it is. It's neither ugly or, beautiful. I mean, it can be, that's fine if it encourages you to label it, but just accepting what is. This is a mark. Sometimes I make a mark that I don't like. Okay, I don't have to tell myself I don't like it. I can say, well, what can I use it for? If I discourage myself all the time, that's one of the things I want to say about this list. If I discourage myself with words, I'm not going to want to pick up a brush ever again. I mean, it gets that intense for some people. So I've put some brown into my purple now. So that beautiful muted purple color. We're going to do the same long flick of the wrist strokes here, more of that, side facing flower. I love how you can get kind of twisting and turning the brush and you get thicker and thinner strokes. Notice that I did angle the page, and that is acceptable. That is okay. The second thing I want to share with you, whether you're a beginner or you're well into this, friends, as we're doing another purple one here, and you can slow the video down if it's intense for you, no problem with that, is just to encourage yourself. Stay away from asking people what they think of your art if they discourage you. The only thing you need to be working on is practicing, learning a little more every day or every time that you practice, because it's not about doing it perfectly. We're switching now to number 10. This is my quill brush. I'm going to go with that nice dark green, dark blue green. And we'll put in some really thin stems. Make sure that they curve. So cute, so pretty. There's a little spreading there. That's kind of nice. And I just like to let those stems kind of hang out and just be part of the show as this is coming together. If you have people that are like, ugh, and you're disappointed by your art, it's okay. It's a practice. It doesn't have to be what you would consider beautiful right away. You've got to keep working on it and learning. So we're going to do some leaves here. And these I'm just doing kind of some really loose, roundish Actually, they're more like ovals. I'm going to use a very light pressure to create some stems down these main stems to connect them. Voila, you've got your leaves. Let's grab some more green and let's add in more foliage. So the same type of leaf. This one's a little bit longer, and we're adding in those little C-curve shapes to create that leaf shape. Some people find this to be very hard to do. Practice it, keep practicing it, and reminding yourself it's okay that you're still learning. Oh my goodness, we're so hard on ourselves. Don't be hard on yourself anymore. And it's not that you have to surround yourself with only positivity, but if you're discouraged, then make sure to use those words that you need to encourage yourself to keep going. All right, grabbing some purple here, and I'm just going to go in that wet on wet just to add in some dimension. So if you do wet on wet, you often don't have to add a second or third layer. You already have the texture and the variety in your painting, which is fantastic. All right, more of that blue-green color. I'm always thinking, where do I put stuff down? I'm always kind of figuring it out as I go. So some longer leaves that are thin. I like to do sets of 3 or sets of 5 and then connect with a stem. That one had 4. Okay, well, and 4 is fine too. So sorry you can't see this here, but same type of thing. What I like to do is balance out the type of leaves and the shade of green in the leaves around the painting so not everything looks matchy-matchy and perfectly the same. So friends, also tell yourself the truth. Don't lie to yourself and say, I love my art if you don't. You can say, you know what? I didn't love this part. I'm going to work on it. And then you can also point out, this is what I did love. Let me keep doing that for next time. So we've got this beautiful green gold. It's got a lot of yellow in it. Just looks like it's just bright and shiny. We're going to add a few of those longer leaves in here just to contrast that on the page. You can leave some white space too. I think that's really pretty when you do leaves. And, you do the leaves how you'd like to, how you prefer them. Let's do another one here. And the third thing, you guys, to remind you of, or to tell you if you didn't know, don't compare your work online to others' work. You could appreciate other people's work, but when you start to compare and nitpick your own, often we're very hard on ourselves and much kinder to others. Don't do that. Let's do some roundy leaves as we're talking. But I want you just to, you can appreciate it, but if you're doom scrolling, it's just not going to help you out. It really isn't. Now, compare your work from now and then in a year and see how far you've come. That's very encouraging, and that's a way to get your brain to recognize all the progress and all the work that you've completed. It's a big deal. Encouragement helps you get going and helps you to feel hope for the future of how much more you're going to learn. So I'm just putting in some leaves in between here where there's white space. You can do some blobby marks or you can do some leaf shapes. It really doesn't matter. Just have so much fun. Friends, and if you don't mind taking a moment, if you love this video, please give it a like so that other people can learn about it as well. So I'm doing some really sketchy lines now, just little flick marks just to fill in the space. Don't overthink it. Just kind of move your wrist, move your brush fast, and oftentimes you're surprised by the end result, the marks that you get. Believe me, you just got to keep trying though. Number 4 is to keep learning. Okay, no duh, right? But keep learning, keep growing, keep looking for things that you love. Keep looking at reference photos, taking photos as you go to places of things you'd like to paint, and keep expanding your horizons for the types of subjects that you want to learn. Guys, I'm taking a very dark color. You can do black or navy or green or brown, whatever, for our centers, and we're just doing little dabs in a circular shape, leaving some white space, and such a pretty delicate way to add your center. All right, grabbing some more concentrated green, and I'm just going to make these little marks to connect the flower to the stem. That's important. Just it makes it look a little bit more real, which is wonderful. Finding new teachers online that inspire you, finding new techniques, maybe joining a Patreon. I have a Patreon, but I'm not saying that's the one you have to join, but find a teacher that you love and follow them. Check out their memberships, see what they're doing, look at their YouTube videos, be inspired. Tap, tap, tap. Get that splatter on there. We are doing so well. I want you to encourage yourself right now as you're going through this painting. I think you're doing a great job, really. All right, a few little marks here in that darker green. sketchy lines. I'm just trying to balance it out so we don't have too much white space and not too little. And just, play around with it. Friends, I do have some mindfulness art mail that I've added to my Patreon, as well as a live stream, as well as a sketchbook tour. I hadn't been posting, but I want to develop more community over there. And so if you want some of those different benefits, just let me know. Click the link in the description to sign up for that. We're just doing a little bit of pink outlining just to get some little sketchy lines. I'm going really thin just for some texture in these flowers. You might be asking, what is mindfulness mail, art mail? It's something that is really, the snail mail thing, right? We don't get fun mail in the mail anymore. And so every month you'll get a letter from me, some mindfulness prompts, and an art print, some stickers. And if you're at one of the package deals, you can get more things like handmade art from me and even a little object that helps you practice mindfulness every day that you'd like. So it's, as a therapist, I'm definitely trying to promote that so we can just calm our nervous systems and we can enjoy art, we can enjoy life more, and experience a little bit more of that relief from stress. So I'm just taking my number 6 round and I'm going in there with that darker saturated color. Link is in description. All right, darker color there. I want to give a little bit of contrast so that these petals are really sticking out. I've got some yellow with some yellow ochre, and that's going to be really pretty. You can outline the edge, of the outside of the petal if you wanted to for every flower, or you can just do a few here, a few there. Really, just subtle marks, really kind of do it. I like a subtlety. I find that to be more beautiful and artistic than like over painting and overdoing it. And friends, I did want to tell you number 5, which is be consistent, show up. So if you're not being consistent, showing up, set a timer, 5 minutes every day. Try to shoot for every day. You have a space set up, you sit down, you have a reference in mind. When I want to sit down and do art, I have to have a reference that is inspiring me. I get excited about it, or sometimes I'll do art while I'm watching a TV show. I've got this lap desk, just like a little wooden box thing that I put my painting supplies on, and I can paint. I don't always want to sit at my desk when I'm not working and I just want to relax at night. I need to be comfortable. So I have my painting table on my lap table, that's what it is. And my art supplies, watching a show or, whatever. And it's great. But find a time to be consistent, to show up. You're going to see improvement time after time. And as we are doing these little sketchy marks, guys, like we are almost done with this painting. I want you to be proud of yourself. I want you to be proud of yourself. Maybe share your artwork with someone that you feel like you can trust. Maybe say, hey friend, I really love doing watercolor. I'd love to show you. Maybe we could paint together, and encourage someone else to pick up the skill. Spending time being creative is such a wholesome and healthy thing for your brain and for your body. Now we're just adding in some darker marks. I'm getting excited about this art thing, guys. I forget to explain. So we're just doing some darker, some outlining, or some little blobs, dashes, whatever you'd like to do. Now, I know 'tis the season for holiday, and holiday paintings will be coming up, so stay tuned because in December, I'm going to have at least 3 little series of Christmas very early on in the month, in case you need to do any last minute cards or paintings for gifts, whatever. But don't forget to breathe. Don't forget to be mindful. Don't forget to take those quiet, small moments where you are observing what you can see, smell, taste, touch, and hear. It's so healthy for you, gives your mind a break, and I dare say it can put a smile on your face as well. So friends, I'm glad that you painted with me, and I hope you're able to leave a comment letting me know what you enjoyed about the video more. I haven't done a lot of videos lately. I've been busy. I've been on my trips. Speaking of trips, Scotland and Italy. I'm going back to Italy, and we'll talk about that more. Right now, registration this last week opened up for Scotland. I have spots left, so you can click the link below. If you want to sign up, think about it, bring a friend. And Patreon, that's where I'm going to be having my free class on Monday. So you can sign up as a free member, or you can sign up in one of the paid tiers for live stream access, like fun painting classes together, my sketchbook tour, and also some mindfulness art mail that you can subscribe to, and monthly I'll send you out an envelope or package helping you to be more calm in the present, and little reminders when you're doing your art to find more joy. So the last thing I want to mention is that the wait list for my Black Friday bundle, I've got 2 courses that I'm compiling together. My wait list is linked below too, so if you want to sign up for that to get notified, then go for it. I wish you well, health, success, and I will see you soon in the next tutorial. Mwah!